Mary Czarnecki here. Welcome to this week's episode of Sticky Note Marketing. If this is your first time joining me, welcome. I'm Mary Czarnecki. I am a business coach and marketing strategist for small businesses as well as large global brands. So no matter what size business, I've got a couple tips and tricks up my sleeve for you. So today's topic is coming straight from some of the conversations I've been having with some people in my Facebook community as well as a few of my clients. And the challenge I've gotten from them is, hey Mary, I don't really need to worry about branding, right? You know, I'm just a small to medium-sized business. I'm not one of the big guys, right? I'm not Coca-Cola. I don't really have to worry about branding. I don't really have time to worry about that, right? And I say, no. Branding is one of those essential things, no matter what size business you are, whether you're a single solopreneur working on a side hustle, or whether you are a global brand or aspire to be a global brand. So why is branding so important? What we're going to do is I'm going to share 5 big benefits that focusing on branding, and it doesn't have to take a lot of time, but this just small amount of focus on branding can bring these key benefits to your business. And I'm going to also be sharing with you my 3-part formula. It's called the 6-pack formula. So just like you kind of have to work out in order to get a 6-pack, not like I actually have one, but back in the day when I used to be a collegiate rower, maybe I had one that would resemble a 6-pack, but today's 6-pack is going to be a little bit different. So I'm going to walk you through that formula so you can take action, simple strategic action in your business this week to elevate your brand and increase those sales. So why branding? Why, with all of the other things that we need to focus on, why should we focus on or worry about the branding of our business? So number 1, branding helps you stand out in a sea of sameness. So one of the examples I use in workshops I teach as a faculty member for the Association of National Advertisers is that when we need to climb out of the sea of sameness, it's kind of like poor Indiana Jones getting stuck in that snake pit. And hopefully none of us are going to get stuck in a snake pit like Indiana Jones did. But we have the trap every day we can fall into of that snake pit of sameness, that sea of sameness, where we become replaceable in the minds and the wallets of our target buyers, of our target audience. And branding helps us break out of that sea of sameness. It allows us to own our own special ground in the minds and wallets of our target audience. Number 2, it also helps to establish credibility and authority. Have you ever kind of wondered whether a brand or a business that you were considering working with was legitimate because they didn't quite look professional or they didn't really seem to have it all together? So when your branding is on point and it's brought to life consistently across all of those different touch points, all those different places where your audience is coming into contact with you, it's going to elevate that authority and credibility in their mind, which makes it easier for them to make a buying decision. Number 3, it also helps with consistency, and it makes it easier for you. It saves you time as a business owner, because all of a sudden, if we have clear, consistent branding, then we don't have to worry about, oh, is this post going to work for me? Or is this type of content right for me? Or is this advertising opportunity right for me? Because you have a clear strategy that allows you to say very easily, very simply, and very quickly, yes or no. So actually branding ends up saving you time. Also, branding is going to help magnetize those ideal buyers to you. As a business, it's easy to say, well, we don't want to turn away anyone, right? We don't want to turn away any dollars. We don't want to leave any money on the table. But the more time you waste on those buyers who aren't going to stick around for the long haul or aren't going to be a good return on your acquisition investments, basically they're going to take more from your business than they're going to be giving back in terms of financial investment. We almost want to let those consumers go. We want to let those customers go and really focus on the ones who value what we have to offer and who are willing and able to contribute more to our organization. So we want to make sure that we're attracting those ideal clients, the ones that of all the people we could be serving, who should we be serving? So branding really magnetizes those ideal buyers to you. And last but not least, branding, when done well, no matter what size of business you have, it really gives you a clear strategy for growth. It allows you to stay focused. It saves you time, effort, and energy when thinking about things like wondering whether you should promote something or join a joint venture or invest in new technology. Having this clear strategy in place gives you guidance, and it allows you to set aside all of those wonders and worries. So, great, Mary. These are all wonderful sounding benefits, but how do I actually do this? When you say elevate my brand, what does that mean? So this is where my 6-pack formula comes into play. The 6-pack formula I created working with, like I said, both small micro businesses, scrappy little startups, 1 or 2 people working out of a garage or a guest bedroom, as well as large global brands, some of which you probably have in your kitchen or on your bathroom counter. So when I say the 6-pack formula, the 6 is I want you doing this 6 days a week. Now, most people are like, oh gosh, Mary, I don't even work out 6 days a week. Well, I understand. And we're not talking about a big time investment. We're talking about a couple minutes 6 days a week. You get 1 day a week off. But when we're thinking about the 6-pack, we want to just be checking in every day on our business on the pack, right? The PAC. So the P is your personality. So is what you're saying, whether you're communicating with someone individually on a sales call, socially on a post, to your email list, in advertising, is your personality coming through? And I don't mean necessarily your personality. Now, you may be a personal brand and you are the face of your business, but what is that brand's personality, and is it coming through? Or are people starting to see kind of a multi-personality issue going on? So do you sound one way in email, but show up in a different way when you're talking to someone one-on-one or maybe in a networking event? Or is that personality consistent? So we want to make sure we're clear on what personality we want to showcase, and is it being consistently showcased across all of those different places you're touching your target audience? Number 2, the P, now the A of the pack, is going to be attract. How are you putting out information out there that is going to attract those ideal customers? And is your branding attractive to the people that you want to work with? So for example, if you want to work with people who are maybe highly technical, maybe your target audience is programmers or people who work in finances or numbers, is your branding attractive to those people? Is it giving the right kind of environment, of the right kind of feeling to that target audience, to make them feel comfortable, to make them feel like, yeah, I can just tell that this brand is for me, this business is for me, because they look and feel like something that feels comfortable to me. So we want to make sure that it is attractive to the kind of people we want to bring into our business, that it doesn't conflict with the kind of people we want to serve. And last but not least, we talked about the P, the personality, the A, the attract, the C of our pack is going to be, is it consistent? So once you know what kind of personality you want to show up with, once you understand how you need to basically show up in order to attract the people you want to work with, the people who you want to buy from you, we need to make sure that that is consistent. So are we 6 days a week, or at least a couple to start, consistently putting that branding out to them in a way that's meaningful to them? Are we communicating consistently on social? Are we communicating consistently on email? Whatever your chosen mediums and methods of communication are, we want to make sure they're consistent and that our brand is showing up consistently as that character, as that brand character that you've decided clearly who you are going to show up as. So that's my 6-pack formula for you today to implement this week to clarify your brand, to elevate your brand, and to make your brand make you more money in your business. So if you have any questions, I'd love to hear them below. And I invite you to join us in my free community, which I will drop the link for. But it's a great community of entrepreneurs at all different levels, professionals who might have a little bit of an entrepreneurial bent while still accelerating their career. But I invite you to come in, join the conversation, and let me know what questions you have about either establishing or elevating your brand in your business. All right, I will see you guys on next week's episode. Cheers.